Roblox. Live stream. Live reaction. Reacting to Roblox. Roblox drama! I'm bored as shit. And this is 43 minutes and that's enough because I have that time to waste. So what I want to see first is... Stupid mic. How much dislikes does this have? Because it has 11,000 likes with 1 million views. And they left comments on as well. I'm going to go to Google Chrome because I have an extension for that. Oh yeah, I already disliked it. My bad. There's 7.8 like to dislike ratio. This is... Oh god. I can't believe I'm doing this. Nucci reacts. I'm trying to set my phone up so I can have it like, so I can see the stupid chat. That's what I use to set my phone up for stupid video. The short. Alright, let's play this stupid thing.
To Tech Talks, where we talk about everything that... Welcome, I'm Dave Bazuki, founder and CEO at Roblox, and you're listening to Tech Talks, where we talk about everything that's happening.
Free Schlep, he did nothing wrong.
We have a fast follow today. We're joined again by Matt Kaufman and Eliza Jacobs.
This looks AI. I'm sorry, but like...
from our Safety and Civility
What the fuck is that?
team, hot on the release of facial age estimation.
Is it actually AI?
A slew of other things. We are going to give you a real-time update on how that big release went. We're going to dive into some...
I don't know if this guy's one's AI.
We're going to chat a little about what we're doing with vigilantes on Roblox. We're going to go a little over the future of our AI platforms as well. So buckle up, sit back. We have a lot of information, and we'll give you an update on some of the open source AI tools.
The voices also sound AI.
Tools that we've released as well.
The whole thing's AI.
Matt,
I bet the
Eliza,
script's AI.
Thanks for jumping back in with me today.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks, Dave.
That's AI.
Hey,
That is AI. Shut the fuck up.
Just got back from Washington, D.C., where we were hanging with a lot of people sharing our vision and our safety roadmap.
What the hell?
We are live now with a bunch of tech we've been working on for a while, including trusted connections.
They use this AI to make this response, and they can't even make their own AI filters, right?
And more really health-related.
I bet they spent more time AI generating this video than their stupid filters. Watch their hands. Okay.
Are people using it? Is it doing what we're hoping it
I
will
want
do?
to see this guy sing again.
Estimation gone. Are people using it? Is it doing what we're hoping it will do?
Yeah, I can start off with that. First of all, we launched something
The
called
audio is so AI.
We did that about a month ago. And what it is it's a way for our users who are 13 and over to have more authentic conversations with their friends and people they know in real life. And in order to access that, you have to go through a facial age estimation, which lets us take a picture of your face and you move your head around a little bit, and we can get a pretty good idea
looks AI the most.
you are. And that's lets us
I don't even know who these are. I know
that's
that's the CEO. I don't know who that is or that is.
Available to our users who are 13 and
Probably
over.
some very
when we talk
important
about more
people.
authentic conversations, what we mean by that is unfiltered chat, text chat, and unfiltered voice communication in our party system.
And I think you're saying it nicely, Matt. When I've been on TV, I've explained that up till now, for example, if you wanted to call me a butthead, you couldn't do that on Roblox. And there's a lot of 15.
What do you say?
Year-old butthead, you couldn't do. I've explained that up till now, for example, if you wanted to call me a butthead, you couldn't do that on Roblox.
Why is using that as... What the fuck?
Roblox, and there's
This is so
there's a lot of
ChatGPT.
15-year-olds who we feel it's okay
If you want to
for them
become a
call each other
butthead,
butthead,
killing
and
anyone.
there's actually a deeper reason for allowing
6
15-year-olds to call each
fingers.
other a butthead on Roblox rather than anywhere else. Can you share, what our motivation is for that?
Our
Maybe Eliza can
motivation
talk
for
about,
calling people buttheads. This is a stupid.
what's age appropriate.
Yeah. I think what
Shut
we're always
up!
trying to do
What was? Yeah.
is
Wait,
About what's age appropriate.
yeah.
that is.
Is for that?
Maybe Eliza can talk about what's age appropriate.
Yeah.
Dude.
I think what we're always trying to do is have
Is this the one?
products that are age and developmentally appropriate for our
Is
users.
Roblox done
So in
for?
this case, if you're calling your friend that you know and
Roblox, there's so many car sounds, I'm sorry. Roblox will do something once they start losing enough money. They'll go, oh, we made a mistake.
real
Some
life
crap like
butthead
that.
and they know that you're joking, but you've done that through facial
won't
age
shut
recognition
down.
and trusted connections, then we don't really think there's a safety risk there, right? Whereas if you're calling someone in a game server a butthead, maybe that's a bullying
Okay,
issue or a
again,
harassment
they're using butthead. I don't understand this.
issue.
The
So
bold one
we're
is
really
the
trying
cheap
to be
security.
contextual in our
Oh.
policies and keep everyone safe, but also not prohibit things that are really developmentally appropriate for kids to be engaging in with their friends.
Yeah, and so with facial age estimation, we're not going to allow 11-year-olds to call each other a butthead. But there's another benefit that's really subtle, and I share this when I'm in.
Got into the part where
trying to keep people on our
I'll have to wait
Roblox
until that.
platform,
I'm
not
at
as much,
that.
always because we're driving engagement. But there's some unique things about our platform. All the text, all the voice is filtered for critical harms. We don't allow real-time image sharing. And those are things where we may see people try to go off platforms when we don't want them to.
He's referring to Schlep, by the way.
That's right. Yeah, we would prefer that people stay on
Oh,
Roblox.
I
and
heard a
participate
glitch.
and talk with their friends.
Let's say that again.
That's right. Yeah, we would prefer that people stay on Roblox and participate and talk with their friends on Roblox rather than going off platform.
Robux.
And
Wait,
so
wait,
we're
wait.
Roblox and participate and talk with their friends on Roblox rather than going off
The AI can't even say their own company right.
platform. And so we're trying to make these contextual tools available to encourage that.
Arguably, Roblox has one of the most creative
You can say
passionate
Roblox.
communities in the world. We have over 100 million daily active users. We did something that was arguably controversial because we're thinking about the future, where a feature that was really in the very first spec of Roblox almost 20 years ago, which was a feature called Friends. We renamed that to Connections and Trusted Connections. And I want to highlight there's a lot of back and forth inside the company around this. I believe it's really a great move for us. Do you guys want to riff on why we made that,
Yo, want to connect to me on Roblox?
that move? And I can add on some of my thoughts about it.
Sure, I can start. I think when we think about the generic term friends,
I
what we
can't with the
realized
AI.
it was being used on Roblox and honestly on
What's wrong
other
with your mic?
platforms.
Huh? Is it bad? What do you mean? No, it's fine. Oh, that's just me doing this.
To reflect people who you knew really well. They might be your childhood friend, and also somebody who you may have met once playing a game and you thought, maybe I'll just add you to a list. And we thought that really wide spectrum of relationships wasn't really well described by the word friend. So we introduced the notion of trusted connections, and then everybody else who's a regular connection. And this idea of trusted connections is we know more about the relationship between the two people. We know that both people have really opted into that and said, hey, this is something that, I really want to become a trusted connection. I want to have more of this
Trusted
unfiltered
connection.
communication with. And so it just provides an extra level of transparency in those cases.
Yeah, and I would say a lot of people were, thinking that they have
The
a
whole
lot of
bit- the
friends
whole
on
stream is me just
Roblox, and
laughing
we're not
how
trying to
bullshit
get
this
away
is.
from this. I think this stems from a future.
I want to see when they put their hands up. I want to
Some
see
of
the
the people on
fingers.
Roblox are going to be my business associates, but not my friends. And some of them may be a parent or a sibling or someone maybe some other things. I think
Can I
part
connect
of
with you
this
on
is a future
Roblox?
vision of having a
Add
wider
music connection.
taxonomy of the people and not really making any assumption about those relationships. Although we do realize the passionate community that
Didn't they already go on this rant about this through like a post or a forum or
We
something?
appreciate them.
Going,
If you call people connections, then it's
fuck.
if you call people friends, then they think that you're a real life friend.
Some crap like that.
Understanding us. Hey, there's another thing that I think is going to be live when this goes live, and that's sensitive issues or sensitive topics. This one also took a lot
Man,
of
this
thought
one also.
within the company, and we shared a bit on this whole notion that even in a very tight-knit
The AI likes
community or in
like
the
switching
United
randomly
States,
between like. I swear, this even the transitions are AI.
and we
Who
shared
who
a
just like,
bit,
oh yeah, let's full
on
screen.
this
Oh wait,
whole
never mind. I
notion
didn't mean to do that.
even in a very tight-knit community or in the United States or
The
the
fuck?
world, for younger players, there is a range of topics that is almost like we can't find a unanimous decision.
She likes nodding her head.
What's appropriate for them. Eliza, I know you led the charge on this and we're very thoughtful.
Ooh.
Can you share a bit more about the vision here?
Sure, yeah. This launch was really about giving
It's
parents
so
more
fucking
visibility and
AI.
more choice into the things that our youngest users are engaging
This
with
is where
on the
she
platform.
lifts her hand
And
up.
one of the things we know about our community is, we have a global UGC community of creators that, as you said, are just explosively creative. But what that means is that for super sensitive topics that families might have very different opinions on, or might want to approach with their kids in very sensitive
I don't think I've
ways,
seen those
we just
trees.
can't
No,
guarantee
no,
that
okay,
stuff
no,
is
they're
handled
moving.
in a developmentally appropriate way on the platform.
Something's
So we're giving
happening.
parents the choice to either enable access to games that are primarily themed on those topics or not.
Younger players being catched. Because
That's in the parental controls now.
they don't
it's by
care.
default unavailable for
And that's the
13
problem
to
with this
start from a
stupid company.
place, in our safety-centric vision of being.
And
a
then
little
they
bit more
release
restrictive, and
AI
then let parents go
responses,
in
I guess
and
you
change
could
that if they
call
feel
this.
for their family and for their kid. Roblox is the
Oh.
place to engage in any of these topics. And we're not taking a stance on any of these topics. Roblox is
Was
the
that it?
place to engage in any of these topics. And we're not taking their kid. Roblox is the place to engage in any of these topics. And we're not
Doesn't
taking a
cliche,
stance
does
on
it?
any of these topics. And we know that they can be handled in appropriate ways and in schools and with trusted adults. But we really want to put that power in the parents' hands.
And I think one of the things we really thought long and hard about inside the company is default on or default off, really, for younger users, whether the default behavior is, hey, go get your parent and allow you to see this, versus if parents don't like it, turn it off. We went with the former, really, which is, work with your parent to turn it on. I think that is where we came out as far as the most developmentally appropriate strategy here.
We're also super transparent with the
Make the
community.
game
and it'll
appropriate
say
then.
on the game page, the details page,
That's it.
why something is restricted, and it'll say like, go ask your parent to change this setting and direct you to that setting. So we want to engender conversation between kids and parents, and as much as possible, have parents make educated choices about how their kids are engaging on the platform.
Cool. Well, let's move on and let's highlight first. Thank you all for participating in
It looks like he's trying to put a filter on, like blur the
our
background.
communication with government, our senators, our legislators. When we go out and visit them, it's interesting because in the U.S., people imagine we're in a super partisan situation, but there's a universal truth, I think, in talking to every senator and every
Wow, it's just him
legislator,
yapping.
and that is, let's figure out how to keep younger people safe on social media platforms. And we've supported California Age Appropriate Design Code. We're supporters of COPPA 2.0. We went out for the signing of the Take It Down. And one of the things we try to do in DC is share really what I would say are the three different
Oh my God, there are so many
flavors of
cards.
social media and how they're all different. And I think legislators are reacting to some things, and
What the fuck is he talking about?
we're going to riff into obviously vigilantes on Roblox that they see on those. I want to first start with a category
Speak
not
English!
Roblox, where you play together and not short form video or video where you consume, but really image sharing and chat type
Consume my short form video.
platforms.
One way of looking at this is, I think a lot of the challenges that other messaging and social media platforms have had is that those platforms were built from the beginning for adults.
Yeah.
And over time, what they found is their audiences got younger, and then they tried to retrofit and they tried to add new restrictions. But it's been very challenging for them, and it's very challenging to address these things like catfishing and impersonation and things like that. Roblox, on the other hand, Dave, obviously, as you know, like from 20 plus years ago, there were kids on the platform back then. And so the
There also wasn't pedos.
ethos of how Roblox has been built with this understanding that there are kids and there are young adults on the platform. And so everything that we do from a safety perspective begins with that. So when we look at like what people can do, when
Why are they
they're
using the
chatting with each other
past
on Roblox,
at this point?
we talked about trusted connections. And so we talked about the fact that the only way to have unfiltered communication in a private space with somebody on Roblox is to go through the age estimation process. And then on top of that,
You
we
shouldn't even
don't
have
allow
that.
people to share images or video in those chats and in those, one-on-one conversations.
It
And
just
we
faked
did
the
that, and we
age.
began that way because we were really thinking about kids and young adults first.
Have they ever heard of kids faking their age? They could just do that and get in, and then be exposed to that unfiltered crap that they're yapping about. For fuck's sake.
Yeah, and I think we're really seeing the proliferation of some of this with AI also, right? It makes it much easier to do that kind of scamming.
Fucking video! Oh, fucking video!
And blackmailing at scale. And that can be really scary for families. But again, to Matt's point, because we have mostly filtered communication on the platform, except in the context of trusted connections, we don't allow image sharing. We're super aggressive with PII sharing and what we call directing users off platform. Because again, we want to keep
You're
people in
funny.
safe
You're a
chat
funny one.
scenarios, and not push them to platforms where those kinds of scams and cases can happen.
You literally let it happen.
And highlighting that everyone in this area is trying to do the right thing would be Senators Cruz and Klobuchar with the Take It Down Act, which really is a law around deep fakes of compromising photos of yourself, and the horror or tragedy that can happen if those can't be taken down quickly. So we do see this bipartisan support for wise legislation around that. Generally, the FBI, law enforcement, and others is starting to raise a little caution about this activity. But can you share a little
My
bit
live chat
more
froze.
we'll start on the video.
Hang on. My live chat's gone. There we go. I can see it now.
Side of what's happening and how law enforcement's reacting to it.
Sure. We can talk about vigilantism and how that's evolved some on Roblox over the last year or two. I want to start off by saying that both
So,
inside
yeah,
of Roblox,
it's so
I know
funny.
that there are lots of people outside of Roblox who really have the best intentions and the welfare of our community at heart. We all want to keep Roblox safe.
Oh yeah, just so you guys know, I turned off. Oh, I have it open. My premium subscription because I do not want to support this platform for what it's doing. Just so you guys know. Just so I'd tell you guys that they're stupid.
We share this view, and we know that there's members of our community who feel strongly about that too. And you know what? We welcome them.
Lose all the money!
About how to keep Roblox safer. And we have members of the community.
Keep losing
and
money!
Groups that started off in a really good place. They started off by saying like, hey.
Do you remember when premium was called? No, I don't. I didn't play Roblox back then. I started Roblox, was it 2023? And I think the time when I'm starting to get into Roblox, not in a weird way, obviously, I'm not one of those idiots. I'm just watching Roblox just fall apart as soon as I actually start getting into it.
They're reporting on issues on Roblox. They're talking about how we could do better. And we paid.
And I've
really
seen like games that aren't even like breaking the rules, just like get banned because they can ban them. Like they're pretending to care.
careful attention.
Oh, we'll ban all social interactions and make them moderate.
We looked at what they were saying. We looked at what they were reporting, and all of that went into our moderation system so that we could go and
Manipulation.
identify bad actors on the platform and take them off, and bad content on the platform.
What do you say?
We looked at what they were reporting, and all of that went into our moderation system so that we could go and identify bad actors on the platform and take them off, and bad content on the platform. But then we saw something change. Well,
Used to be 3-tier builders club, turbo builders club, and outrageous builders club. And it was a way of cooler and more unique. But then they replaced it with premium. Oh, okay.
what we saw is that some of these groups started engaging with the
Premium
community
Roblox.
in ways that violated our policies. And so let me explain like what that means. They would go and create accounts on Roblox claiming to be a child. And then they would enter into game servers, and they would go and start asking everybody
I wonder how that happens.
around them, how old are you? And they were seeking out adults. If you said that you were 12 or you said you were 7, they would just move on. But if you said that you were 25, then they would start engaging in conversations, and
What?
they would try and use those conversations to simulate.
Matt, is this anecdotal? Because I know we have chat logs for all chat on Roblox and historical.
I'm
records.
sure you read them.
So are
You
able
read
to
every
kind
single
of
one of
take a
them.
look at this stuff.
Yeah, so unlike other social media and communications platforms, we don't
Get that
encrypt
AI.
anything, and we have systems that are monitoring for this type of behavior. So we saw these actors, they're pretending to be kids, they're trying to find adults, and then what they're doing
You saw them?
You saw them? Mate, who's this?
is they're trying to move the conversation as quickly as possible to other platforms. Other platforms that don't have the type of monitoring and policies that Roblox has. And then they were using that activity that happened on other platforms
This is about slap.
to create situations that they would then video, they would report to the police, and then only after would they let Roblox know. And there's a bunch of
What do
issues.
you mean
in
they?
here. Number one, the violation of our policies about being honest about how old you are. Number two, moving conversations off platform. And number three,
You
waiting
allow
to
it.
tell Roblox when they
You
identify
allow
violent
it.
behavior to come and tell us so we could take action. All of those things
You
are
take action. You take action.
against our policies. And all of those things make it more difficult for us to keep the platform safe.
Oh,
So,
it makes it more
while
difficult.
I think some
Oh.
of these groups started off in a really good place, and they started off, really, and they still do really care about the community. The actions that they were taking were putting our community at greater risk and were violations of our policy.
Hey, Matt, a couple things to think about comprehensively behind the scenes. Text conversation on Roblox is going through AI and detection and filtering.
Like
And
this video.
arguably the internal efforts at Roblox, not just with AI, but with our own teams and research teams, are obviously much larger, if not, orders of magnitude, what would be possible from an outside thing.
We have a large number of investigators that are looking for violative activity. We have over 100
Shut
different
the
machine
AI up.
learning, AI pipelines that are running looking for activity. And we different machine learning or AI pipelines that are running looking for activity. And we report a lot of stuff to law enforcement when we find stuff that crosses a line and becomes illegal.
It just doesn't sound
And, one
natural.
of the things is when we
I know
report
it's
stuff to law
AI, but like
enforcement,
just
yes, we don't
if it
publicize
is
that.
real,
And we don't
which I know
publicize
it's
it
not,
mainly because we
then it
want
sounds
law
really
enforcement
weird.
to make the decision about
it
what is
sounds like so
illegal
artificial.
and what is not.
There is a car
And we
going
leave
by
it
again.
up to them. We don't want to pass judgment on our own without getting law enforcement involved, and that's
Sabrina
why we're
Carpenter.
quiet about those things.
Yeah, I would also add on the sort of policy violations on the platform and our concerns for the harm to the community. these actors that were coming on the platform, they were reaching out to dozens and dozens of people.
Oh
And
my God,
the
really?
vast majority of those people were not responding to those engagements. And frankly, were harmed in that process, right? They were violating our policies. They were normalizing policy violations on the platform. They were harassing people and creeping them out. And we can't endorse harm and policy violations on the platform for any reason, even if it's well-intentioned. That's just not something that we
Shut the
want to
fuck
allow on the platform. And the other piece is oftentimes the sort of evidence that was collected, the video evidence, was really
When
difficult
is
to
the hand
verify,
glitch?
really difficult for us. And if law enforcement had to verify it, then they're talking about subpoenas. And so I think something that sometimes seems obvious to folks in the community really is just much more complicated on the back end. And we want to
I'm gonna
really
skip this.
arm law enforcement with the information that they need to do their job. And that's what we do when we engage with them.
I would urge caution for people who
They are basically just talking about a topic over and over again. I think they've already mentioned this about 3 times already. Is this why the video is 43 seconds long?
Hey ChatGPT, make this fucking video 40 minutes long.
and
make it
try to
as
assess
time-wasting
what's going
much as
on just by
possible.
what they see on social media here, because there's
I
so
know.
much more going on behind the scenes of this.
I do want to go a little bit deeper into one of the things that Eliza was talking about, which is that oftentimes we see reports in the media of somebody saying, hey, there was this person on Roblox and here's what they did on another social media platform. Here's screenshots of like what they said in another place.
Did you actually look at it?
We welcome all of those reports. All of those reports help us do a better job. But before we can
Your
act,
AI.
we need to independently verify
Do you mean your
what
AI?
we see. Now, activity that happens on Roblox, we can verify it. We have the logs, we have all kinds of data. But activity that happens on other platforms is problematic. It's problematic because sometimes that activity on the other platforms isn't violative of the other platform's standards. Not only that, oftentimes that is private communication that we don't have access to.
Aww.
And people say, well, gee, like, look, it's my screenshot. Like, why don't you trust me? I just took the screenshot. I'm sending it to you. But I would say, especially in today's world of generative AI content, you could imagine what might happen
What
if
the
we started
fuck?
acting on evidence that was presented to us that's collected on somebody else's platform. And we can't do that. That would be a significant risk to the community and a significant risk in particular to the most popular people on the community who end up being targets of this type of activity.
I think one could say the
Whoa.
target would be imagining
That voiceover just
family-
then.
Activity.
I think one could say
Who end up being targets of this type of activity.
I think one could say
Damn.
the target would be imagining a
I
family
wonder what AI
member,
program they used to make this
16-year-old or
video.
22-year-old who's on our platform, who maybe meets someone that seems too good to be true or too interested to be true.
The
and,
AI even gets his
know,
voice cracks.
let's
That's
go
crazy.
chat somewhere else where we're not filtered and we can share pictures. And I think we have to be very thankful for everyone who participates in reporting bad actors, but we do have to think about what
Dang,
you
it
would
even
call
gets
those
started as
targets
well. AI can start it too.
Yeah, we want to be really conscientious about the victims.
I bet
of
they
these
ask it to
cases
start and make
sure
it
that
look
their
more
information is
realistic.
not shared. And also, we don't want to jump to conclusions before we have all the information.
Not
And one of the
working.
things I think we've seen is people being doxxed or swatted. And that is not acceptable either, right? Like, we want to
Oh,
let law enforcement
Who let it happen?
do their job and do their investigation and pursue where there are true bad actors. But we don't want to let the internet mob sort of pile on folks before that investigation has been completed, right? So we're just really careful and really thoughtful about all
42. Okay, it's
about
like right at the
protecting the
end.
victims and working with law enforcement in a responsible way.
So Matt and Eliza, we're shipping stuff constantly on the safety civility team. The roadmap is very fast. Can you share why didn't we do this sooner on our policy issues around vigilanteism? Why didn't we do it the second we knew it?
The cameras also
I would
have
maybe
stutters
step
as
back
well.
a little bit and think
Just
about
doesn't
like
look real.
we run a large platform. So every day, more than 100 million users are on the platform. 6 billion messages are shared between users on the platform every day. Hundreds of millions of hours.
Wow, I'm
worth
sure
on
you look at every single one of those. Good job. He did it all.
And we have systems in place to
Oh, the
keep
systems.
those activities safe.
Oh,
By the way, those
keep them
activities
safe.
also include people taking part in tens of millions of experiences. Millions of updates to those experiences happen every day. So we have systems in place to watch all of this activity.
Whoa, what's happening to the
And
AI
there are
voice?
some things, like we saw some of this
Being a bit
vigilante
muffled.
behavior, and we decided to take, a slow approach to it and understand what was happening before we decided to act. The other thing is that activity was happening across a large number of accounts. So it wasn't just an account
I
that
can't
was
with the lady
engaging in
going.
this. We saw lots of accounts engaging in it, and we wanted to understand how those accounts interrelated with each other. Because as you know, sometimes you have one bad actor, but they could have lots of different accounts. So we were monitoring all of that, and we were also thinking carefully about our policies and thinking carefully about making sure that we had collected the evidence internally of the policy violations, and we really understood what was happening before we acted. And I think that that speaks to what Eliza talked about, which is that we do have a very careful, thoughtful approach to these types of situations, and we like to gather all of the evidence before we make decisions.
Okay, so no, I'll put you both on the spot because your job in a way is one of the hardest jobs in the industry. And in football, the quarterback gets a lot of fame and glory.
What?
But people know the best teams have the best defense.
What are you talking about?
This is really hard because there's a lot of content and there's a lot of communication on Roblox.
Why does he
and
keep looking
it's really hard
all the
'cause
way?
there's a lot of
Every
content
time.
and
Look at him. He keeps looking over there.
there's a lot of communication.
What's over
on
there,
Roblox
David?
and,
Oh, children.
billions of hours of good stuff. And so we hear about Matt.
Dude, they talking about AI suggested stuff and whatever. While the video itself is AI.
Eliza, more from a defensive thing, although much of what we do is offensive. So the question is, are we doing enough? And,
No.
is there more?
Let
we
me
can
answer your question.
be doing?
I think there's always more we can be doing, and we will continue to evolve our policies and our products to respond to new threat vectors and new forms of abuse. And we're working now on a policy update around games that have intimate spaces in them. So that's things like bedrooms and bathrooms. We are really listening to our community to understand
If you were listening to the community, delete the game!
where are the good uses of that. We have lots of
I bet if I go on it right now, it's still gonna be there. I don't even care. Public bathroom. Oops, I spelled it wrong. They actually get rid of it? There's still really weird ones. Toilet roleplay. Realistic sleep. I just... What the fuck? What's this say? Schoolgirl. What the hell? Should I join this? I want to see what this is about. I don't know what that says. It looks like Japanese. I just want to test. I just want to see what the hell this is. Is it gonna hack me? Probably. Do I care? No. Is it gonna load? Oh, my game crashed. Doesn't want me in there. No. Oh no, we're in. No. Oh, I didn't mean to click that. Back to home.
playing games.
Back! No! I saw stuff happening. Hang on. Did they actually get rid of the game? I can't type. Oh! They take the game down. Is it down? How do I check? It's gone. Maybe it's not called that anymore. Maybe there's like, if I just search bathroom. What the fuck? Ew. Where's that Korean one? I want to see this. I want to see what this is. Gonna fake crash my game again. Hang on. While that loads, let's watch this AI
Those
video.
kinds of spaces are totally legit. And then we have some spaces where that's inviting some policy violating behavior. And so you'll see soon an update from us on that front. And we're also working on a community safety council. We really want to get this intel from invested members of the community.
What does that mean?
Hear from them about what they're concerned about, trends that they're seeing on the platform. You know, they're closest to it. And so ingesting that intel in a way that is really.
Oh my god, it's laggy as hell. Why is it so glitchy? Usually my game doesn't run this slow. What is this? Hello Kitty. I don't even know if this is sus. This just is a crap game. Not even gonna lie. It's really laggy as well. My computer's dying to this, and it's not even that bad. I don't even know what this is. I don't think I've ever joined the AI girl thing. Oh! Hang on, I see something. Can my game load? What the fuck is happening right now? My game froze. I see 17 plus. 17 is still minor. They're still minors. In some countries, like Australia, for example. I don't even know. Where's the bathroom? Is this the bathroom? What is 17 is minor, yeah. In Australia, a 17 is a minor as well. It's not an adult. I don't know why they did 17 plus. Okay, no. I don't even want. I'm closing the game. Okay, let's continue watching this stupid video. This is not a gaming stream.
So stay tuned for more information on that as well.
There's always more that we can do. And one of the things that we've been thinking about lately is really our role within a larger industry of these online, gaming, social media, and communication platforms. Just to remind everybody is nearly every...
I mean, instead of deleting the game, they should do that. And also, when people make games, I feel like there should be a real human being that actually looks at the game and goes, is this appropriate for Roblox?
Example of real critical harms that happen on the platform.
Like, are they aware of what people are uploading? Like, not even just games, like avatars? Like, not long ago, I reported someone. What is that? In this game, which has actually the best moderation in Roblox I've seen, because they actually ban people. Oh yeah, like it's just everywhere all the time. Look at that. Belly shading, like weird crap. Hey, look, I reported this. It's not gonna load because oh. Okay, screw this Wi-Fi. Yeah, like what? I have seen the UGC emotes. I did buy one. Actually, no, I bought a couple, but they're not weird. They're just really stupid. I'll show you. There's that one. I don't know why I bought it. Why not? That one's funny. I don't even know what this is, but it's a cool profile picture. I don't know. I only buy the ones that don't look stupid as hell, like turning to a dog and like licking. Okay, let's not talk about that. All right, let's go back to this AI video.
Where somebody's health or safety is at risk. Nearly every single one of them involves not just Roblox, but it involves other social media and messaging platforms. And like we talked about earlier, our policies of restricting types of communication on the platform
Watch
are
another
such
again.
that
Ready?
oftentimes
3,
what we see
2,
are people,
1.
bad actors trying to move conversations to
Nope.
other platforms.
There
And
we
again,
go.
that's where, when people report bad things to us, sometimes it comes in screenshots of what happened on another platform. And so we feel like this is an opportunity for Roblox to really help with the entire industry, not just what's happening on Roblox. So we're doing 3 things. 1, we're investing more in our partnerships with law enforcement agencies, public policy groups, parent groups, and other advisory organizations to help us understand how we can do a better job.
Liar!
That's number 1. Number 2 is we're taking a much more proactive stance in open sourcing key technology that we have on the platform. So
what's that going to do with fucking privacy?
Moderation model last year, and just recently we open sourced a new model that helps with the detection of grooming.
You also open. What do you say?
And other types of harms that have.
You also open sourced. Actually, how do you say this? You also made UGC emotes open source, so anyone can make whatever the hell they want. Good job. You're doing amazing.
Over a long period of time. And the third thing we're doing is we are trying to set a standard for what safe communication means. And that's not just safe communication for kids, but it's also for teens. So that's why when we have unfiltered communication, but it's also for teens.
He is.
So
he loves looking at anything but the screen.
That's why when we have unfiltered communication, unfiltered private communication on the platform, we require some type of
looks like he's reading a
estimation
script
before you can use that. And we hope that others in the industry will follow
Shit, what
along
else bullshit
with
do I have
some
to
of the
say?
standards that we're setting,
Oh, he's
because I
looking at
think
me now.
collectively we can make the entire internet much safer.
Okay, so now we'll take it to the next level and get with some really difficult questions for our safety civilians.
All right, so we'll take it to the next level, bro. I just can't.
We'll take it to the next level and get with some really difficult questions for our safety civility people. So, I can see some of our community naming experiences.
Is this stream lagging?
To say, take it down, take it down, take it down. I'd say examples could be Meep City, for example. Keyshare, like why
What is
should
Meep
that be
City?
up? Should that be down? Like, what's up?
Is this stream lagging?
I think one thing that's
What's going on? No, it's fine. Okay,
really
my phone's been gone.
on this global immersive interactive platform is that we have content created by developers and creators and content created by the community, by the users that are in that game.
The 2 or
And
3
one thing
fingers.
that we really try to do is be fair to our
I
developers.
mean, we already know this
and
is
to not
AI. I don't think we
moderate
need any more
them
proof.
for the behavior of their users, right? That doesn't seem fair at all. Then we're taking a game down because
Like, if I pause this frame right here.
were in it behaving badly, and that would open up an abuse factor that would mean that any game that people
It's buffering?
didn't like
Okay.
the developer of, or
I think it's fine now.
they could just flood it and behave badly and get the game taken down. So we don't want to open up that abuse factor. We want to be fair.
Oh, it is
but that being
chugging.
said,
It's a bit behind. Oh, it's lagging. What's going on? Oh my god, I've streamed. Oh my god, I'm not even halfway. I'm not. I shush. I'm. How do I say this? Not even finished the video, and I've already streamed for how long the stupid videos.
Understand that there are games that people feel like users are behaving badly in. So we're doing a few things. One is we're investing in what we're.
Oh yeah, I heard about that. Creecraft joined the game and within Crip. Within a couple seconds, he saw a really weird one.
Calling bad
Weird
scenes
stuff.
detection, so that we can actually
why is my
moderate in the
stream
moment those
slouching
servers
right
and
now?
take them down if users are behaving badly.
Roblox is taking down my stream.
And we also occasionally, if we find that there's a real preponderance of bad behavior in a game, we will reach out to the developer and work with them to make updates to the design of that game that we think will mitigate that harm. So we always want to work with our developers first and give them an opportunity to make changes to the design and see if that works to mitigate bad behavior before we go any further and actually actioning the game for the behavior of the users.
So on bad scene detection, fully compliant avatars.
Stop
fully
looking over
compliant
there.
Experiment, but maybe if we had an experiment where we could stack boxes on top of each other in a certain
They literally
way or
told the
something
AI,
like that.
okay, so make Dave Kazuki keep looking to his right because fucking realistic.
You could imagine, even though you're stacking boxes, something just not being too cool.
He was about to do
You
it.
know, the image
right.
you tried to draw
Yep,
with
there
the
you go.
boxes. And so I think my interpretation is this is real-time detection of just fully content and communication being fine, but
What's
what
he looking
happens
at?
in real time in that situation.
That's right. We proactively
Is he looking at his
moderated all
stock
those
market
elements,
falling
right?
down
All the
and losing
avatar
$12 million,
items in the game, and we have
billion
content
dollars?
maturity ratings on the game.
Is
and
this made
all of
by
that
AI?
stuff is
People speculate, and it's pretty obvious it probably is.
fine.
This looks
So
so.
then we get into
It's
an
not even
actual
like
server and
just looks
someone
AI. It
does a
also
drawing
sounds
on a
AI.
wall or organizes boxes in a shape, and that's the moment where the abuse has occurred, and that's what we want to catch with our new systems.
For a long time, we focused on moderating individuals. If you say something that's against our policies, or if you do something that we can tie back to you, we would moderate the user. We would also moderate content. Did the content meet our standards or not? And what we found is that when you bring lots of people
Oh, did you hear
together,
that AI?
sometimes they're not. And what we found is that when you bring lots of
I mean, yeah. Maybe they made it AI. They either made it AI because they do not care and they do not have the time to sit here for 43 minutes bullshitting, or they just want to make drama
people together,
and they know it's
sometimes
working,
it's very
even though
difficult to
it's not
determine,
because
like,
they're losing money.
The content might
So
be all
the fuck?
okay. The users, it's very hard to determine, like, well, what user is really responsible for the activity that's happening. So with our bad scenes detection, which we're starting to invest in,
Fuck did you say?
the users, it's very hard to determine, like, well, what user is really responsible for the activity that's happening.
That's what reporting does.
So with our bad scenes detection,
And then when
which we're
people report, it takes ages for you to go, oh yeah, that guy's doing the wrong thing on a kid's
starting to
platform.
invest in, is we're saying, like, there might be a game server, a game running with,
Or they
like,
don't they
20
don't ban them at
people or
all.
30 people in it. And instead of trying to figure out who the one individual is who's causing the problem, we will just take down that one server, alert everybody to the fact that the behavior there was violative, and do that to be more
Or just ban it!
active in addressing some of these issues. And we're just starting on that. I would say that it's a really complicated problem. We look at communication. We take screenshots of what's happening inside these games. We look at abuse reports. We look at audio if there's voice enabled. We look at all of these things in real time to try
You
and
look
make
at
these
it.
determinations.
No, the AI does.
And it's something that we're really excited about and investing in.
It does a really
If
bad
I'm
job
a
with it.
regular user of Roblox and I want to go through Roblox
Because AI is
channels, we have
stupid.
both trusted advisors, I believe, on moderation, as well as a way for users to do that. So what do I do if I'm a user, even if I want to report something?
You wouldn't do that. If you were a user on your own platform on Roblox, David, you already know. You already know.
Is there a way that I can do that?
We already know what he's gonna do.
Yeah, so we have a trusted flagger program where we work with experts in the field, nonprofit groups, NGOs, civil society groups that are experts in various forms of online abuse. And they're in our trusted flagger program, and they flag stuff to us, and it gets expedited review by our moderation teams. So that's that program. But then
Shut the fuck up.
users can flag, anything that they see. That,
You don't have a
is
moderation
violative. They
team.
can flag
Shut
games,
up.
They can flag games. They can flag all kinds of things. Let us know. The most important thing is that they provide as much information as possible in the report so that our teams can investigate it.
Our
That
teams
is
can
really
investigate
critical,
it.
right?
Oh my god.
Because again, we want to be fair to our
Definitely not
community and make
AI.
sure that we've observed the bad behavior, that we have evidence of it, and so that then we
Well,
can
I just
tell
heard it
folks
jump.
when
Did you
they
hear
vi-
that?
the bad behavior, that we have evidence of it,
Bad behavior with the evidence on it?
and so that then
Yeah.
we can tell folks when they've violated the policies, and also that there's always an avenue to appeal, so that if we've gotten it wrong, they can appeal, and we can again take a look at that evidence. But
Yeah, but when they appeal, you completely ignore. Unless it's a big creator that makes you money.
either way, as a community member or as a member of Trusted Flagger, you can let us know.
Yeah, and I want to highlight, we're going to be getting into AI in just a second.
Eh,
Even if a very small subset of these issues are
He
flagged by
loves looking
users,
over
they
there.
create
David,
training data
what's
for our
over there?
models to help us then automatically apply the virtual user standpoint to the same situation.
That's right. And one just thing I would add about the
Oh,
bad
you was about to
scenes
start
detection
talking and
that I
this
think-
lady interrupted.
That's right. And one just thing I would add about the bad scenes detection that I think is important is one thing we've seen with voice nudges, where we time people out of voice when we detect that they're violating our policies, is it actually reduces the overall toxicity in that server. People stop doing the bad behavior when they've been nudged, or they
No,
leave
they
the
do
server
not.
and decide they don't want to
If anything, it encourages people to do it. If someone like calls someone the N-word, someone will go,
That's funny.
participate
Mm,
anymore.
crap
But
like
either
that.
way, the experience is better. So I think we're optimistic that bad scenes detection will do.
I
the
don't
same
think anyone
thing,
cares
on the behavior
if
level. And
someone gets muted. That's their problem.
Yeah, I'm pretty confident at some point.
Oh no,
we're
that
gonna
guy got muted.
see
I'm gonna be so good on
thesis
Roblox.
research, written about us.
I'm gonna
ability on
behave 'cause
Roblox,
I got
and in a
muted.
way, we're part of the fabric of society in nudging.
The fabric
civil
of society,
behavior. I
dude.
spoke with an employee 2 days ago whose 9-year-old got a nudge from us, and they had a family conversation like, "Hey, I'm turned off on Roblox."
What the fuck? Is he
today."
having an earthquake?
And
It's happening in his background.
Got a nudge
Damn.
from us, and they had a family
The people banging free
conversation,
slip.
"Hey, I'm turned off on Roblox for a day." And I was first thinking the employee was going to go, we have a problem. But then they said, yeah, I talked with my kid and saw what they had been saying. And we had a discussion, and they learned a lot from that. So I do think underneath all of this defensive action, I just want to say that
Do you really think the children care what the fuck they do in Roblox?
going on here as well. And I do want to invite, in addition to local law enforcement, the FBI, international law enforcement, the legislators and congresspeople and senators we work with really enjoy sharing and educating and giving an inside view of how we work here to help inform that. Could we ever imagine adding other people to the Trusted Flagger program or groups, for example?
I think we're always looking to expand the Trusted Flagger program. We do want to make sure that we have
There's the mic. That's
a really
what
good
it
signal to
is.
noise
The little
ratio, right? We
clip-on
want to get
ones.
really quality information so that we can prioritize that information for our teams. And what we're looking for is people that have expertise in particular areas, and can flag content, can flag trends, can flag.
Was that
things
there
we
before,
maybe
or am I
haven't
dumb?
noticed yet in our systems. That being said, I think we're also looking at expanding ways that our community can flag things to us. So whether that's this
Or she
community
just
safety
now
council we're
started
thinking
slanting
about,
back. Okay.
regular flagging on the platform, potentially prioritizing reports from high reputation users or power users of the platform who might have better information for us.
This is
There's
so
all kinds of
nerdy.
ways to evolve our flagging program to be
They make it
more
sound so
effectively
confusing
ingesting
to make
information.
them sound so professional, and they know what they're doing. In reality, they don't.
And Matt, following up on to some of our
Just annoying.
technology and AI, we have an enormously large and passionate and creative influencer community on Roblox. And
Yeah, and they're all leaving.
they're all trying to make Roblox better, and we appreciate it. There's a video that
We appreciate it, but we don't listen.
sometimes we see, which is like, oh my gosh, how can this be on Roblox right now? How do you respond to that? If on Roblox video that sometimes we see, which is like, oh my gosh, how can this be on Roblox?
You can't make this shit up. The pause. How can this be on Roblox?
That sometimes we see, which is like, oh my gosh, how can this be on Roblox right now? How do you respond to that if we have all these safety systems and
You respond to
they
that by listening.
can flag a video like that.
So like you, we appreciate people identifying those situations. But I would say it's a little bit ironic that that type of content is often shared on social media and video sharing platforms, and not moderated there. And so I think that really speaks to the fact that we hold ourselves to a very high standard when it comes to our policies around what is acceptable content and behavior on the
I
policy.
swear to God, I know
And we
I'm
believe
randomly like pausing the video. I swear to God, I joined a friend not long ago, like a week ago. It was that bathroom game. Most of these games are me just joining my friends because I have no idea what the hell to make. Clink a script. Oh God. Let's see. Can I find that? Can I find it, or did they actually get rid of it? I'm concentrating so hard right now. Oh, that's a really bad game. Not saying it's like itself it's bad, but the people that whatever they do in it is bad. I think it's gone. I think it's gone. I don't see it anywhere. I don't even know what these are. I'll give you an example. Let's see how long it takes until someone does some weird stuff on it. Roblox Fed Wars. Not inappropriate. Draw the requested prompt. What prompt? Recraft is the CEO. What? What do you mean? What am I drawing? Last time I played this, I was screen sharing in a VC, and everyone was drawing dicks. I'll say that. What? Copy the drawing. Okay, I'm actually gonna have to play the game. What the hell did it say? What the hell is this? Daft. Am I gonna get banned for doing this? I mean, I don't care. Ooh, who's the original? Dang it, I'm gonna have to actually play the game for a bit. This looks like the original. Okay, no weird ones yet. Maybe these are real people. And they're not all goonies. The same thing. This one looks rushed. I'm gonna do this. No weird ones yet. I'm surprised. Wow. Maybe it was just that one weird lobby of weird kids. But the things I saw people drew in this game, which is why I'm on it, was just no. It appears to be that these people are real. That's good. This looks better. Wow. I mean, maybe this is one lobby not doing it. Maybe there's other lobbies. I don't have time to go through all the lobbies to see the weird ones. I kind of want to finish this game. That's why I'm still going. I want to see how much people think mine's the original. Chocolate circles with letters. Oh. Yeah, I'm not good at this. Alright, enough of that. Let's continue this.
We really do
video.
stand out in the industry in how restrictive we are and how important we think it is to keep this type of content off the platform. We have teams and processes set up where we look at that stuff to try and understand whether it is truly violative of our policies. And if it is, how can we make our automated and review systems better so that it doesn't happen in the future?
You know, Matt, you and Naren and others had this, did a lot of work on our voice filter, and there was a time when we launched.
You mean AI voice filters?
Where the numbers weren't adding up, and we were launching voice, and we were looking into human moderation of voice and the growth, and we were starting to think we couldn't scale voice on the platform. We thought we would have to limit it and turn it off, and then our AI team and the safety team literally
your whole
went
team's
in a
AI
virtual dungeon for several weeks and came out with the innovation
I'm fucking
of our
bored.
voice filter. Could you share a little about what that is and then what we've done with both Roost and open sourcing of that?
Sure. So last, maybe 2 years ago, when we started introducing voice communication within game on the platform, we wanted a way.
Where's this guy's clip on mic? Why does she
but
only
moderate
have it?
that in real time? And for what Eliza was talking about,
I
really
wanna
nudge
see the
users to
fingers.
what appropriate behavior is. For most people, it just takes a little bit of nudging in order to
Where
course
is it?
correct and get them on a
42,
path
43.
which is more civil. And we had to figure out a way of doing that in
What?
real time.
Oh, I'm
So
stupid.
we looked at a lot of the traditional voice moderation models.
There's the prompt, right? What is the prompt policy violating? There is the output policy violating, and then is
Kind
right?
of.
What is the prompt policy violating? There is the output policy
I mean, oh no, because no, then her pinky would be yeah.
violating.
Oh, it just comes
then
out of nowhere.
Is the combination policy violating. And actually, my team worked really closely with the Rogard team.
You can also see if you look
Then is the
really
combination
closely.
policy violating. And actually, my
Look how
team
much artifacts there is around this bit
really
when she's moving her
closely
hand.
with
Look at the way it's
the
warping.
Rogard team and all of our Foundation AI teams to do a lot
I
of
sound like
data
a broken
labeling
record
and
right
to
now, but
bake our
obviously we know this is AI.
policies into these
Whoa, her
models.
whole camera just moved
Labeling,
itself.
data
Did you see
labeling,
that?
and to bake our policies
the
into
fuck?
these models.
Awesome. Okay, that has been a tour de force. We've
Yeah,
given an
his
update on
camera's
all of our
really
new
shaky.
stuff,
They're all
trusted
shaky.
connections, age estimation. We dived into really, I think, an industry view on social media and vigilantism and just kind of how to think about keeping platforms safe, and everyone's a lot of good intention and balancing that. And then, of course, appreciate the update. Matt, Eliza, just want to once again thank you for arguably the two toughest jobs at Roblox, and
Please don't look to the
joining
right
me here
again.
today.
Thanks, Dave.
That's it. Alright. I rate that video. a 0 out of 10. Roblox needs to fix himself. Hashtag free schlep. I am waiting for this video to come out. Unless, has he done it already? We are all waiting for this. This one right here.
Roblox just banned Roblox's CEO, and it's already passed 100 signatures. And if this short hits 1 million likes in 24 hours, I'll drop a full YouTube.
We're waiting. Also, it hit 1.2 million likes within 12 hours. Just so you guys know. So yeah, I'm excited for that because this guy is a really good YouTuber. I've been watching him since fucking 2023 or something. OG shit.
This is what to say.
This
when
looks
the
like
cops say,
2022
"Do you know how
maybe.
fast you were going? Repeat after me.
No,
officer, how fast was I going?
The fuck?
Never, ever admit to speeding."
2021. Okay, yeah, I think I watched around 2023, mid 2023. But yeah, I'm excited for this. He's gonna destroy Roblox. Absolutely wreck them. Alright, well that's the reaction. Ich bin fertig. Bye.